Boruto is going to be overpowered. Let's just be honest here. Boruto is going to be overpowered as hell. Let's talk about the technology inside of Boruto and what we might literally see. Right off the bat, I will say Boruto 2 Blue Vortex is going to be pretty interesting because overall we have seen a lot of crazy stuff, godlike abilities. We also got renegades pulling up like nowhere and all of these other amazing stuff that we get to see. But another thing that most people do not know is Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. We're going to see a lot of more technologies out there, right? And the greatest example is that sword, right? There is one specific technology I am actually going to be talking about, and I do think that this one might be more used than most people really think about, and that is this one glove technology that freaking Shikamaru, or not, what is his name? The grandson of the Hokage used, right? This technology is practically an overpowered technology. There we go. I found his name. His name is Konohamaru. I literally just found it. Okay, there we go. My brain is fully functioning now. Anyways, when it comes to Shikamaru, or god damn it, bro, the fourth grade, I'm just going to call him the grandson, the honorable grandson. When it comes to the honorable grandson, right, he knows how to use the Rasengan. So what he showed the class is if you pretty much know how to use the Rasengan, put it inside of a script or something like that, or like inside of a scroll or something like that, and literally put it inside there, and then just, have teeny tiny scrolls that literally just shoots it out for you. All you got to do is push in just a tiny bit of chakra, or pretty much no chakra at all, in order for you to use a freaking Renegon that can destroy an entire house, right? This is going to be very important probably later on, simply because imagine the amount of technologies that they might even face. Imagine Boruto with his own sword, requires no chakra, can use the same exact Chidori as, Sasuke using when it comes with the fourth great ninja war or something like this. This type of power is already overpowered enough. Keep this in mind, is people in the shinobi world love using chakra. So I guarantee you that Boruto is going to rely a lot more on technology, and even Kawaki and all these amazing other people out there. Also, people like, Himawari, I don't think they'll ever rely on chakra because they have too much chakra, or not chakra. I don't think they'll ever rely on technology because they have too much chakra, to the point where literally I think their own presence is just enough to be there. You know what I'm saying? No more technologies needed. We don't need a Kaguya 2.0 and then just add cyborg technologies out there, right? But overall, when it comes with these type of technologies, these can be very dangerous and also very, very, very spammy. Like, it's going to be super spammy. Imagine one day, one person goes with another person, and then one person, has immense amount of chakra, and then the other person, doesn't, and then literally go 1-on-1 against to each other, and let's say that person uses 1,000 Rasengans all at once. I'm not even kidding. Imagine how spammy these type of technologies could be. Also, imagine them having really tiny scrolls. Now imagine them, have a portal, not a portal, but like a pouch or something, or I don't know, like a bag or something that literally kind of holds it in, so it kind of just shoots multiple at once. So you could have 1,000 in one bag, and you could just shoot a whole bunch of Rasengans or all of these amazing types of jutsus that you want to get to, right? But overall, when it comes with this entire technology thing, I do think this is going to be very overpowered. I also think this is also going to be very, very useful when it comes with godlike abilities like the god of shinobis or stuff like this. Also, another thing is, the Otsutsuki really has immense amount of technologies. A great example is the turtle. If you guys don't know, the turtle is pretty much a time traveling machine. So if the Otsutsuki have these type of stuff, imagine the weapons that they already have. And keep this in mind, the god of Otsutsuki don't need this technology. But if, this guy, I forgot his name, but this old grandpa guy who already has this god of Otsutsuki power just to resurrect her daughter. I forgot his name. I think his name is Yamato or Amado or something like that. Anyways, if Amado pretty much has this power where he can pretty much put into technologies and resurrect her daughter and practically make her, very strong, imagine the entire, technology world, right? Because he already has that power. Imagine Orochimaru discovering this power and knows how to manipulate this power and maybe even create this power on his own. We could probably see something crazy out there later on. I mean, to be fair, the entire Boruto universe is very, very interesting to see, and I think it's going to be very, 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 and I'm going to say this one last time, very underrated when it comes with the amount of technologies they can put in, simply because, literally it can be so powerful later on. Also, another really cool thing that I do think that, this might affect is Sarada, right? I do think that when it comes to Renegon, I do think two things might be playing in factor. The first thing is you got to understand the very first thing that will ever play in factor is probably Himawari, right? But a second thing that also could play in factor is, the technology that could probably play around and kind of resurrect the Sharingan or make it better or something like this. But overall, when it comes with the Sharingan and all of these amazing stuff and all of these crazy stuff that we get to see, in the Boruto universe, right? I do think that they are going to have some sort of way where they're going to defeat this god and make this technology like very, very powerful in their own special, unique way when it comes to chakra and stuff like that. Also, another thing is one of the most powerful things is that these technologies, almost every single one of these technologies, are able to fuse with your own chakra. So, literally meaning, let's say you want to, again, use a Rasengan or something like this. You can spam these like 1,000 times without using any chakra. All it does is literally clone the chakra over and over again. So, imagine, like, Boruto all of a sudden, goes ahead and uses this type of technology in his sword, and now he's cloning Chidoris. Even though he doesn't have a lot of chakra, he can just clone these Chidoris until they die. I think, Kawaki will do something like this. Another thing is, I'm pretty sure Kawaki's eye is some sort of technology base, right? This is also a theory. I'm not entirely 100% sure if this is real or not, but I really do think that his eye is not an original eye. I do think Kawaki's eye is some sort of technology basis where, his eye kind of reflects a lot more on technology than any other pretty much eye out there, which is going to be pretty interesting because his eye can really, use up a lot of chakra, but maybe because it's technology, it's probably cloning or something like that. I'm not entirely 100% sure, but, when it comes with technology and chakra, imagine both of them related, and you could probably have overpowered humans out there because it's just going to be insanity, when it comes with the shinobi world. And keep this in mind, we already have Shadow Clone Jutsu, so imagine Chakra Clone Jutsu or something crazy like that. So you gotta keep in mind is when it comes with these like technologies and these stuff, I do think that these things will play on later on, and I do think that it's not about the power or like how much power like this thing has or something like this. It's just if you can handle that power yourself. So meaning, let's say it doesn't matter if you have a god level ability or something. All you gotta do is just avoid it, not break your technology, and you should be safe to go. So imagine using a Renegon technique or something and just spam the Renegon technique within that technology, even though you don't have a lot of power, and then you just end up, being the most powerful person in the world, and your technology can handle that like that, right? Because it doesn't really get affected. The only thing that it gets affected is if you pretty much use that power, against your technology, and then your technology breaks, right? Like someone uses a fireball, or you accidentally shoot the fireball towards your technology or something like that. So again, there's like a lot of possibilities the way it can break, but overall, it really has no negative effect when it comes with the technology. So you could literally spam it thousands of times. Theoretically, you can, and then just call it good and be like, yep, we're good to go. Keep in mind, we're also in the technology era, so this is going to be a very interesting era. Not a lot of anime really covers a lot of this stuff, even like One Piece. I know One Piece just kind of covered it a little bit, if not almost a lot of it, right? But even then, because this is a technology series now, where it's literally making technology and finding gods and even having powerful jutsus, we might see something that is probably unseeable in a lot of animes out there, right? And I do think when it comes to technology and when it comes with, the chakra that they have, if you mix them together, you might create something that is unimaginable. Who knows? You could practically be called an angel because you are that scary, and you could probably, be as scary as the angels just walking by and then literally making people pass out through that one single technology. I don't know. There's a lot of things you could do when it comes with these type of technologies, and the powerful that they are, and the more that you can put in chakra, the more you can probably do decent amount of damage. But I also think that his sword could probably have some sort of technology like that where it kind of clones his chakra or something to kind of make him a little bit more powerful and just make him use it more and more without getting drained 1,000 times. But overall, let me know what you think. And other than that, that's pretty much it when it comes to the whole entire technology thing. Honestly, I am really excited to see Boruto and just to see what's going on in the Boruto anime. But overall, again, I'm super, super excited to see the whole entire technologies and all these amazing stuff. I don't know. We could see something crazy like that in the future. Anyways, that's pretty much it. And other than that, I will see you guys later. But yeah, let me know what you think about the whole technology thing. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.